volti subito. I think volti subito or volti subito. I think subito. Hopefully. The next few weeks pass in dizzying blur of activity. I can't say everyone stops complaining about the hours of practice that how I signs, but as the concert draws closer, the growing sense of urgency motivates even the laziest slackers and gives everyone a deeper appreciation for house rules. It also helps when I convince how to set more reasonable expectation, wind up asking the final song from the setlist, for instance, so we can ensure the others are literally pitch perfect. I'll get you next time, my awesome rock ballad medley, as long as there is no butterfly lovers. I'm willing to let you go for now. Yeah, I'm already thinking about the next time. I know it's weird. Not too long ago, I'd have been happy to take my father's money and run. Now I'm daydreaming about how much of that money to spend on symphonic metal or Japanese soundtrack scores. The other thing I'd never admit is that I look forward not only to orchestra practice but also to my nightly English-Chinese lessons with Hao. As I expected, Hao is a very strict teacher. He yells if I don't finish every page of homework. He assigns and steals my snacks if I eat while he's talking. But he never laughs at my mistakes. I'm grateful for that. And to be fair, Hao never dishes out more than he expects back. He even scolds me for not giving him enough English homework. Unsurprisingly, his English improves a whole faster than my Chinese. He won't buy a Chinese English dictionary though, claiming that the one he ordered online should be here and there now. After he'd been saying that for 2 weeks, I bought him one myself and threw it at his head. He ostensibly still refused to use it, though I've caught him sneaking glances every now and again. The fact that we understand each other better helps, especially during practice. If Hao breaks into an impassioned outburst about the length of the fermata on the 3rd page, or exactly what tempo he wants for Allegro vivace, at least I can relay the general points to the bewildered ensemble. After 6 weeks of trying to translate Hao's music runs, I think I'm more familiar with the scores than most of the musicians, even though I've never touched any instrument. I've even started hearing passages of Dvorak as the soundtrack to my dreams. Sona, hey Sona! I'm shaken from one of these dreams now by someone calling by name. I had a yawn behind my hand. Guess those late night lessons. With Hao have been more draining than I thought. Yeah, night recording sessions are also draining. Well, I have to get up early, and even if I'm resting, not falling asleep maybe, but resting during lectures, I'm still a little exhausted, but recording is great. I wasn't napping before practice, I was just resting my eyeballs. Well, I was wondering if I could make an announcement at the beginning of practice today. If it's not too much of an interruption, that is, I'm really sorry for the inconvenience, but hopefully it won't take that long. The heck are you apologizing for? You think I gave a crap about that kind of stuff? I guess the orchestra members have gotten used to my tough talking because the girl just flashed me a grateful grin. Thanks, Sona, I'm so excited, I can't wait. If you're gonna build it up like that, this had better be good. Once all the orchestra members have arrived, the girl makes her way to the front of the room. Great news, everyone! My brother works for the local newspaper, and he says the head of the arts and entertainment section has heard how well our orchestra been doing. They want to do a story on us. Everyone immediately starts chattering excitedly. Oh my gosh, what were you going to be famous? I've never been in the paper before. but isn't this going to give us even more pressure than before? Relax, we'll be great. God damn it, I'm yawning all the time. No other orchestra in the country work as hard as we do. Gee, you might be a lot better now, but you're still just a bunch of amateurs. Don't get so cocky. Still, guess it's kind of nice to see everyone so excited. Glance over the hall. While both his English and his opinion of the orchestra have improved a lot over the past few weeks, I'm not sure he knows what's going on with everyone now. As far as I can tell, for he seems pleased with her enthusiasm. Guess it's my job to bring this back down to earth. Okay, that's enough chit-chatting. Yeah, I'll admit having started the paper would be kinda cool. But don't get ahead of yourselves. Who knows if the newspaper people will actually go through with all this? Oh, they definitely will. They are even willing to come to practice next week for the interview. They are going to interview us? Oh no, what should I say? Does my hair look okay? They are talking to us next week. Not right now, silly. Well, actually, they are not going to talk to all of us. They just want to talk to Sona. Huh? Why only me? And that's their angle for the article, actually. How our orchestra rose from their ashes after Mr. Song passed away, thanks to the leadership of his daughter. They are going for a touching, feel-good kind of story, love for music and family triumphing over all obstacles. You know, I think it would be very sweet. Sweet, huh? It sounds sweet, alright, so syrupy and saturating. But I choke you on the way down. I want to spit out those sugar-coated lies and rinse their taste out of my mouth. So, if you don't mind having the reporters talk to you for a few minutes and take some photos during practice next week, I can tell my brother to... Don't bother. The excitement on everyone's faces is quickly replaced with shock. But why not? It's good publicity for our orchestra. I just texted all my friends about being in the paper. Everyone will come once they hear our great comeback story. On the less materialistic side, guys, wouldn't this make a nice tribute for Mr. Song? I think he'd like everyone to see we kept going even after his death. Everyone murmurs and nods their agreement. That's it, isn't it? In the end, it's not about me or my orchestra. It's always going to be about my father. Whatever, I don't feel like doing an interview, so quit bothering me about it. Any winners are getting their instruments shoved straight at their you-know-whats. The percussionist and bassist look especially scared. No one dares to say another word about the interview again. Well, except for one person, that is. I'm straightening the music stands after practice when Hao taps me on the shoulder. He holds up an old newspaper and points at it excitedly. Sona! News! Don't tell me he just figured out what we were talking about before. No, Hao, no news. No Sona news. Too bad. Huh? No news? Newspaper? Shh! I know what you meant the first time. Just don't talk to me right now, silencio. He obviously doesn't get it because he keeps following me around the room. As I'm moving a stack of scores to the back, he taps me on the shoulder again. When I turn around, he grudgingly hands me a half-empty bag of potato chips. Are these the chips he confiscated last week? Because I was eating them during practice. Grimacing, I tossed them into the trash. For Hao's eyebrow twitches in irritation, he managed to regain his composure. A few minutes later, he taps me on the shoulder again and clears his throat. Sup, girlfriend? You be toads bitchin'. Huh? Did you get a concussion when I wasn't looking? Again that eyebrow twitch. It takes Hao a bit longer to rein in his temper this time, but he finally walks over to the piano and starts playing. A gug at the chorus from Walking on Sunshine fills the air, accompanied by some truly incomprehensible English singing. Okay, stop! What the heck are you trying to do, besides making me complete fool of yourself? Making a complete fool of yourself. Losing his already unstable hold in his temper, Hao finally explodes. Oh. Sona, maestro, sad. He really did all that weird stuff just to cheer me up? Ah, fine. Swanee, just let it go and focus on the orchestra. The concert is almost here and we don't want it to be a total failure. Failure? To my surprise, Hao strides over to the conductor's podium and returns with a framed picture of him and my father. That same picture I tore to shreds the first time I met him. Father? I don't need you to tell me that. I try to move away, but Hao swiftly blocks my path. What's your problem? Get out of my way! Hao shakes his head, brow furrowing. He tries speaking in slow, halting English. When I said, song does she help? Song does she bring new persons, new music? Then I know that, no more. No, so after Hao's old orchestra left him, my father was the only one who helped him find work again. Guess that's why Hao was so devoted to him. Song does she good person? Sona good person. Sona no face song does she. Is that really what you think? That my father would never be disappointed in me as long as I tried my hardest? For effort God stars all around. I doubt how I can keep up with what I'm yelling, but I'm too angry to care. I don't want to hear that from you. A genius like you wouldn't disappoint anyone. It's no wonder you and my father were buddies. You're exactly like him. And me, I am and always will be the exact opposite. The door flies out with a bang as I kick it open. Hao runs out after me, but I'm not having any of it. Swerving around, I pin him roughly against the wall, gasping. Hao struggles to push me off, but I only press against him harder. His glasses hit the ground with a clatter. Don't follow me this time, go home, Huijia. If I see your face again, I'm going to punch it in. As I release Hao and start walking away, I hear his voice again. Sona. Before I tell myself not to, I turn around just for a second. Hao is standing in the middle of the hallway, his normally immaculate hair and clothes in total disarray. He points to me and himself, then extends his hand in an almost pleading gesture. Song, thank you, friend. Sona, thank you, friend. Friend or not, that doesn't mean I tell you everything. I slap his hand away and stack off. This time, I don't turn back. God damn it. It's drizzling a little when I leave the practice hall. By the time I reach downtown, I'm trudging through an all-out downpour. With each step I can feel my waterlogged boots getting heavier and heavier. They slow me breakneck, run into a long, arduous slog. Though there are a couple shops on the side of the street, I pass them without stopping. I need to keep walking, need to keep feeling the rain hitting my skin, need to keep my mind from wandering elsewhere. The street corner where that girl was playing her guitar is deserted. In the back of my mind, I guess I always knew it would be. Though no one is coming out to perform in this weather, I linger and all the same. More than anything, I need to hear that music again. Though my fingers are numb with cold, I unconsciously start plucking the strings of guitar that is no longer there. I stand there in the rain for God knows how long, listlessly playing my imaginary guitar. Bit by bit, something hard builds in my throat. Bit by bit, all the memories I've suppressed begin to trickle back. How many years has it been since then? Since my father smashed my guitar into all those little pieces. At that time, I was still training to be a conductor. My father made me study for hours every day, introduced me to all his colleagues, even paid my way through a prestigious music program when I failed the scholarship exam. I knew I was only mediocre at best, but I bit my tongue and did whatever he told me to. Otherwise, my father would have never talked to me at all. One day I was walking past a pawn shop, and that's when I first saw it. My guitar in all its tarnished, tattered beauty. Even though my closest experience was only the violin, I took that guitar home and played it until I had blisters all over my hands. Despite all my years of classical training, that was the first time I realized that I really did love music. That was the first time in years that I truly felt alive. When I got my first gig playing guitar and writing songs for a local rock band, it was the happiest day of my life. The pay was low and the stage small, but we poured our hearts into every second of it. Being able to do something I genuinely loved without relying on the crutch of my father's reputation, I couldn't have asked for more. Once my father found out, he was furious. He said the songs I wrote were trash, that my guitar was useless. He couldn't believe that he, the great conductor Yin Le Hao, had such a worthless failure for a daughter. I couldn't bite my tongue anymore. When I told my father that I didn't want to be a conductor, he rent my guitar to pieces on the kitchen floor. That's when I finally had to admit it. The person I was, or wanted to be, would never be good enough to be William Song's daughter. From the start, I was always going to be his greatest disappointment. After that, I gave up music completely and never spoke to my father again. There was no point in trying when I had already failed. The best thing I could do was to make a clean break, to become someone who could never, ever be associated with William Song again. In the end, it was better for both of us that way. I no longer had to worry about failing my father's expectations, and he no longer had to worry about covering for those failures. It's no surprise a genius like Hao can't understand it. Someone like him will never know what it's like to be a failure like me. More rain pours down, getting into my eyes and making them blur. I've been standing in this one spot for way too long. Time to move on. As I turn around, though, there's one person blocking the otherwise deserted street. The bottoms of his expensive pants and shoes are caked with mud.